Hello and welcome back to Jacob P. Rising. Today is the final Reign Series 3 video documentary for episode 14 entitled Inheritor. I want to take a moment really quick and just kind of enjoy this feeling because I remember making videos on YouTube years ago talking about how Series 3 is not canceled, that it's not over, it's coming back, and then there were years and years of just nothing really happening. And now here we are all these years later, and the show has been fully released. Everyone has seen the final episode, the final scenes, and now I'm talking about them. So I just want to say to everyone that's stuck with me since like 2013, 2014, 2015, when I originally tried making Series 3 back then, it's been a long ride. It's been a very long ride, and I'm so happy to be sitting here. And that's why I'm all dressed up, because it's a special occasion. This is a massive milestone for me as someone that has challenges finishing things with ADD. Finishing this show has been honestly one of the best things I've done recently for YouTube. So thank you all to everybody that has seen the entire Series 3. And now let's jump into the final episode and talk about all the juicy scenes. Why is episode 14 called Inheritor? Well, if people have been following my YouTube channel for as long as I've been on YouTube, I actually had a show called Inheritor that I was going to make a long time ago that never ended up happening. The word inheritor essentially means you are inheriting something, right? So in this case, Tom is inheriting Ace's will, and Tom's going to carry on Ace's will, be his inheritor, be his instrument so he can avenge him, as well as Chloe to some extent. But mostly it's referring to just Tom picking up where Ace left off and just continuing to discover like what happened. And it's also a nod to my old show Inheritor, so that's why it's called Inheritor, mostly about just Tom inheriting, and obviously Tom gets Frigus, and Tom, there's a lot going on in this episode. So yeah, that's why it's called Inheritor.
What are we gonna do with them?
So the opening scene of episode 14 is when Tom, Mort, Daryl, and Leal land back on Reach somehow. So at the end of episode 13, the whole station was coming apart, and then Leal had a plan.
Mort! Get around me!
We deserve to live?
I think so. I found our next distraction!
Leal essentially encased himself in ice, protected his friends, and as the station blew up and went away, they were able to escape.
Is your Imperium trying to communicate with him?
Not sure. I've never had this happen before, but it's clear it sees a purpose in him.
So they wake up on Reach, and Mort is asking what's wrong, and then Leal still has unfinished business to do. So throughout the entire show, we had scenes where Leal's Imperium was constantly glowing, and at first we didn't exactly know why it was doing that or like who it was directing itself to. Now we find out that it feels this like pull to go towards Tom, and that's really why Leal decided to save Tom in the first place, because his Imperium felt something important in Tom. Not to mention the fact that Tom wants to avenge Ace, Chloe, and to some extent Leal's parents. So there's a couple factors as to why Leal did it.
So then what are we gonna do?
I have a plan.
His Imperium is glowing for a reason, and he has to speak to Tom before it's too late. The next scene, everyone lands on Reach again from the Saber ships.
Where's Daryl?
We had to leave him behind.
We what? What about Tom?
We had to leave him too.
What the fuck, guys? What are we, a bunch of team killers?
Frank is really confused as to why we kind of left everyone. on the space station, but then everyone explains to him like, hey, after you defeated the professor, the whole station just kind of went to shit and like everything was falling apart and we had to get the hell out of there. And that's one thing that Frank is not really aware of, because Frank's been like a major character in like every single episode other than episode 2. He wasn't really present that much in episode 13 because the professor took so much out of him that in pure exhaustion, he just really couldn't continue anymore. So he does pass out in 13 and wakes up in 14. He defeated the professor. He never wanted to like, you know, take people with him really.
You destroyed half the station when you defeated the professor. This is on you too. It's hard to clean up after your mess.
Shit. I went all out, but I never intended to take others with him.
He's a little scatterbrained, very exhausted, but everyone kind of has to like regroup because they're still not sure like if Leal, Tom, Mort, and Daryl even made it off of the space station. So they have to leave the Sabers and go see what, and try to go find the others.
Come on, let's all leave this place and regroup outside.
In the next scene, we go back to Leal, Daryl, Mort, and Tom.
Tom!
Oh, wait. That's right. I removed my imperium.
Daryl, who wakes up not knowing where he is, he tries to free Tom, but he doesn't have an imperium anymore.
When the user forcefully removes an imperium, it can cause catastrophic damage. Only an imperium can choose to live on his own free will.
Is that why I lived and he didn't?
Probably.
And he should have died, but then Leal explains like you pulled out Fulgur and you shouldn't have lived, but because you had the professor and Dark Daryl, they kind of took the brunt of the forceful removal, and that's why you're still alive.
Unlike what you did, my imperium has chosen to leave me peacefully. You and I are not the same.
Leal naturally finished his relationship with his imperium, but Daryl essentially broke up with his imperium.
Skep, I wanted to speak to you.
What? Got more secrets to share?
In the next scene, we kind of have what I would like to call resolutions for character arcs. Throughout the whole series, Travis was trying to like prove himself to Skep because he didn't look for him at all for the time between series 2 and series 3. And there was always that like conflict throughout the whole series 3 where Skep and Travis were butting heads a lot. At the very end, Travis is the person that saves Aaron, Ted, and Lobster's life from falling out of the hangar.
He's right.
Yeah, we would have died.
Perhaps you can redeem yourself.
And once they let Skep know that, Skep's like, okay, well, I kind of disliked you a lot, but you did save Lobster's life and you saved Ted and Aaron, who I obviously care about. So maybe there is something here that we can work with. So it's Travis's first initial steps to kind of redeeming himself, but also having Skep kind of trust him again, or just having them kind of get closer as a family again, because they haven't really been a family, honestly, in a long time, since probably the beginning of Series 2 when they first showed up in the show when they were all together. Once Skep and Grapes left the space station, they don't actually reunite with Travis again until Series 3. So it's a very long time, and obviously Skep was very antagonized and very closed off and defensive. But now, like I said, with Travis kind of saving the lives of Lobster, Ted, and Aaron, it's the beginning of Travis rebuilding that relationship with Skep.
Ava? Ava?
Yeah?
The next moment of this scene, we have Ted asks out Ava.
I was wondering if you wanted to go on a date, see where we can go?
That sounds nice, Ted. Sure, let's give it a try.
And again, this is another major milestone where throughout the whole series, Ted's trying to get laid. He finally gets laid, and now he's like, okay, like what happens now? And he does like Ava. Ava does like Ted. And now that he's gotten Aaron's endorsement, he's like, let me go ask her out. And obviously she says yes. And sometimes when you meet people in real life, you just, like, the chemistry is off the charts and you guys just kind of click right off the bat. And I know that Ted and Ava, in the timeline of Series 3, it's very short. Like, they didn't really they haven't known each other for that long, but they've hit it off so well, so fast that they're just kind of going with it. And I wouldn't say it's love at first sight, but it's definitely chemistry at first sight. And Ted and Ava are just starting the next part of their lives. So dating is a great step forward, and we'll see how that progresses later on in the episode.
You okay, Aaron?
Rain is finally over.
Yeah, crazy to think we did it. What are you gonna do next?
Finally, we have a nice little scene between Aaron and Richard where they're just kind of talking about life.
I need to keep distracting myself from Emma. It's still sore.
It gets slightly less shittier as time goes on, but you just keep learning to live with it somehow.
Aaron and Richard have had multiple scenes in Series 3 where they just constantly talk about distractions, keeping yourself busy, you know, trying to get over guilt, trying to get over depression, anxiety, having something to do at all times.
How did you cope with Hank?
Distractions and time. Lots of time.
A lot of their conversations are very heavy hitting, very hard hitting, very deep, and it's just more of kind of the same, where Aaron acknowledges that he has to be there for his friends while his friends are going to be there for him.
Before we went up to the station, Tom shared a lot more to me about his past. About an older friend he used to know, someone who tragically passed away. After what happened to Chloe and how I discovered a hidden but deep trauma within Tom, it taught me that despite how it looks on the outside, we all have our own shit we're dealing with inside.
He's going through trauma, but while he's dealing with his own issues and emotional baggage, maybe he can use that to help other people go through the same journey. Obviously, Tom is going through his own emotional journey. Aaron's going through his own emotional journey. So Aaron's trying to see how can he kind of do both at the same time.
Like with you and Hank. Me with Emma. Mort with Javert. We all have had trials in life, but during this raid, Emma never crossed my mind. I was distracted, as we keep saying helps.
But obviously having a good support group makes a world of a difference. And Aaron is around a lot of people that obviously care a lot about him. And I think even though Aaron doesn't really feel like he's good right now, he is at a point in his life where he feels a bit more grounded than he did at the very beginning of the show when Emma passed away.
Once we find Tom, I'm gonna help him find out who killed his friend. I don't know what exactly that will offer or how dangerous it will be, but when I'm surrounded by my friends, people I care about, that keeps me going. Tom has been there for me in the past. I will be there for him now.
This is just a way for Aaron to feel a little stabilized, and it's just the beginning steps of him rebuilding his life so he can finally move on and be happy. The next scene is a massive scene. So essentially, Leal gives his imperium to Tom, and Tom gets the power of Frigus.
Am I dead? No. Just frozen in time. What is this place? We are inside the Frigus Imperium. How? I don't have one.
This was a decision I made pretty late in development of the show. Obviously, when Tom fights Dark Daryl in episode 13, like, he's going up against someone who has like superhuman strength, who has the power of lightning, and as we see in the fight, Tom gets like he gets pretty fucked up, if I'm being honest. He gets pretty messed up. So he was never gonna live that fight. This is the only way for Tom to actually live. So throughout the show, as I mentioned before, Frigus has been pulled to Tom because it feels like this strong will. The reason why Frigus went with Leal in the first place was because he had this strong desire to freeze time because of his parents' passing.
After I lost both my parents, I dreamed of a world with them again. The sort of going on without them was unbearable. That's what ice is, after all. It freezes everything.
Frigus got drawn to Leal that way. And now that Leal has kind of completed his arc, so to say, in terms of like living in a world without rain, Frigus sees a new opportunity in Tom, who is trying to avenge the death of Ace. Or Imperiums in general are drawn to very strong wills. That's why Ignis is drawn to Frank, and the reason why Fulgur was drawn to Daryl was because Daryl was a bit unstable, but also so is Lightning. So Frigus feels the need to go to Tom. After a bit of explaining, Leal reveals to Tom that one person that's deeply involved in the death of Ace is this guy named Terish.
Do you know who's behind Ace's death? I don't know everyone involved, but there is one person I know of. His name is Terish. Terish? I know that name. I met him on a battlefield 8 years ago.
Are you Private Rains?
Yes, sir.
Who we have seen a few times throughout Series 3. We saw him in Episode 2 during the Tom flashback.
Keep doing what you're doing. I feel like we'll see a lot more from you.
We saw him in Episode 10 during the Tom flashback.
I'm sorry to hear about Ace. Tragic. Just truly tragic.
And then we obviously see him a little bit in this episode, but we'll talk about that later.
Some people you trust may sometimes turn out to be traitors. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose you're right, sir.
There's just a lot happening here, and Tom is kind of in over his head, but he needs a lot of help, and Frigus is going to be a monumental tool in helping him figure out exactly what is going on with this whole conspiracy theory regarding Ace and Terish and everything else happening on that side.
This is your destiny. Take it and use it to avenge your friend, our parents, and find the secrets you seek.
It's a really, really, really cool scene to have Leal and Tom have a nice, like, intimate, 1v1 conversation with each other.
Will this thing save my life? It will. This is the only way. Unless you choose death. No, I'm not running away now. If this is what I need to do to find out the truth, I'm in.
And it's also cool because they're voiced by the same person, Tori Kamal, which is awesome as well. Yeah, this was a very, very fun scene to film, and it's cool to see Frigus leave Leal and go into Tom, and then we have the whole visor change. Throughout the whole show, Leal had like a blue visor, and now he's back to having a regular visor, and Tom goes from his iconic black visor now to a blue visor, because now he has the power of Frigus. In the very next scene, everyone essentially reunites.
Holy crap. Come on, let's go find your friends.
The space station from episode 13, 12, 11, it's crumbling, it's all falling down. Frank protects everybody because his Imperium is back to normal, and it just goes to show how powerful Imperiums are. Like, Frank went through like a life and death situation multiple times throughout the whole series, but Ignis is this power that just refuses to let Frank die. Yeah, he's just back up and running in no time, because like these are kind of like superhumans. You know, we have characters throughout Series 3 that are normal characters, and then we have these power users like Frank, Daryl, the Professor, Dark Daryl, now Tom, Leo Busan. Like, these are extraordinary characters. These abilities are honestly very impressive, and there's still a lot to learn about them, but the fact that Frank's able to get back up so fast and just kind of protect everybody right away after everything falls to the ground.
Daryl!
Tom?
Mort! Leal!
But then everyone reunites, and then we get this really cool scene where Leal essentially apologizes to everybody.
Everybody, I surrender.
You realize the damage you've caused?
I do, and I will take whatever responsibility I can for it. I'm sorry for altering all your lives. I did it out of selfishness. I was blind, but you all, including Tom, were able to help me see the error of my ways. I'm grateful, even though I don't deserve it.
That's a lot for someone like Leal, because at the very beginning of the show, very headstrong, very stubborn. I'm not going to stop the rain. I have to have it rain at all times. And throughout the show, Tom and his friends are able to convince Leal, like, you can live in a world without rain. Like, you can move on. You can heal. You know, I guess all Leal really needed was some hardcore therapy. But it's a great moment, and it's a great moment for his character because he essentially owns up to all of his mistakes. Rather than shifting blame and not taking responsibility, 100% takes responsibility for everything that's happened in Series 3. Obviously, an apology may not be everything to fix what has happened, but it's a start. It's a start. I think episode 14 has a lot of that for many characters. You know, Ted asks Ava out. That's the start of that relationship, or like the beginning of that blossoming relationship. Leal apologizes to everybody. That's the first time him taking really like accountability for his actions and really trying to be better for the next time. Aaron and Richard talking about like what's next. How do we improve? Frigus joining Tom for him to survive. And for him to use that to avenge Ace. Episode 14 is the ending of many things, but it's also the start of so many things.
What the fuck is that?
A time split!
So in a couple of previous episodes, I think it was episode 8, I talked about how if an imperium is destroyed enough, it causes what's called a time split. It distorts time.
If an imperium is disrupted too much, it can implode on itself and warp time as we know it. The energy unleashed is called a time split.
And because Fulgur was forcefully removed from Daryl in the previous episode, and it caused a massive implosion on itself, the remains of that broken Imperium are what's called a time split. And it's essentially like a time machine, right?
The aftermath of an Imperium's destruction is so great, it causes time itself to distort.
Does that mean
we can return to our own time period?
Leo, can we program it to a current time?
I don't see why not.
The aliens traveled from the future into the past, and they were always trying to figure out a way on how to get back home. And thankfully, now that the time split is here, they're allowed to go back home. And because Leal was a person who studied Forerunner technology.
I've studied Imperiums for years. Where do you want to go?
Oh my god! Skip! Lobster! Travis! We can finally go home!
And because of that knowledge, he's able to program this unique moment to allow the aliens to essentially jump back to their own timeline. And that's great. You know, we've been trying to figure out how are the aliens going to get back home? How are they going to get back home? How are they going to get back? And now we have a solution.
You're leaving?
As the scene continues to play out, we have this cool scene where Travis approaches Mort.
Take this.
Huh? What is it?
I've been holding on to it for a while in case we ever found a way back home. Whenever you change your mind, just click this, and you'll teleport to us wherever you may be.
Travis gives Mort a device which lets him travel to their year, which is 3017. Series 3 takes place in 2551, and the aliens are from 3017. So they're pretty far into the future. Travis gives him a device which lets him zap, or essentially teleport, to their timeline if he ever were to need to do that. Why is this introduced at the very end of the finale of Series 3? We'll get to that later.
That's it. It's ready. How long will it hold?
Not long. We all need to move.
Leal programs it. Everyone says their goodbyes, and Skept, Grapes, Travis, Lobster, and James teleport out of reach, and they go back to year 3017. And now that character arc, those character arcs are finished.
Bye, everyone. We'll miss you.
See ya.
Safe travels.
James's whole goal mostly throughout Series 3 was to be more confident, and now that was obviously wrapped up in episode 13. Travis wanted to redeem himself to Skept. That was beginning to happen, and obviously that's going to take more time to happen, but the seeds were planted in this episode. But the main thing was, how do the aliens get back to their timeline? And now they figured out how to get back to their timeline. So their character arcs have concluded, and they have now officially exited the show.
In your posting about the rain, you mentioned it was because of a man named Leal who controlled the weather?
That's right.
The next scene is essentially the aftermath of Series 3. So we have this awesome scene where Nikki has already published the stories on the rain findings, and she's getting massive attention, and she's now being interviewed by a reporter, and they're really impressed by how she was able to discover, like, why was it raining for so long.
What you managed to capture is stellar work. Everyone's talking about you.
Thank you. I'm just happy everyone knows why it was raining.
Would you like to join our network and be hired as a freelance journalist?
They're so impressed with her journalist work that they actually offer her a job. And that's a major moment for her character, because throughout the whole show, she's been trying to be a very successful journalist, and to be offered a job is great. It's the first stepping stone for her, honestly, her next big career.
I know why you did what you did, and I know you thought it was the best decision in the moment. I just wish you were still here.
In the next scene, we have this nice little short scene where Jennifer goes to Chloe's grave, and it's just this nice heartfelt scene where Jennifer really connected with Chloe, and Jennifer really believed Chloe could have made it. And honestly, in another alternate timeline, Chloe would have made it, but in this timeline, things don't work out all the time, and unfortunately Chloe did what she had to do, and she is no longer here.
You'll always be in my heart, Chloe. Between you and me, you would have made it. Till we meet again. On the other side.
I think Jennifer is going to remember Chloe for the rest of her life, and she's probably going to visit her grave multiple times, because there's just something special there, even though it's quite sad.
Hey, you don't need to carry that.
If I'm moving to your place, I should be helping.
In the next scene, we see the continuation of the relationship between Ted and Ava, where they're now moving in together. And like I said, every relationship is different, and while this might seem like it's going by really fast for some people, again, Ted and Ava connected pretty quickly off the start, and then obviously with everything that happened in Series 3, they were kind of thrown into this like chaotic series of events.
Yeah, she's yours now.
Yeah, wow. Never thought I'd be dating someone.
Of course you were going to. Believe in yourself more, man.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, Ted's just happy that he found somebody. You know, Ava's happy that she found someone as well. And I think what really makes the scene great is that, you know, Ted already got Aaron's endorsement. He already got his approval to take care of his sister, and that's what really matters the most. So Ted is just starting the next major chapter of his life with a girlfriend, which is awesome. I'm really happy for Ted, and obviously Ava's excited to, date Ted.
Job just called. We're both getting promotions.
What? Really? Why?
Word got out about us, helping put a stop to the rain problem.
What, from the recordings Nikki published?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Wow. It's amazing.
And then we get this nice scene between Richard and Aaron where they're being promoted because they were obviously included in the whole Stopping the Rain thing that Nikki published. And it's just like everyone's lives are just kind of going in a good direction. You know, Series 3 began with everything raining, everyone like kind of scattered, and now it's nice to see everyone kind of starting their own new paths after stopping the rain problem. So it's a good progression for everybody.
Can I ask you a question, Tom? I'll exit after that. Did you ever love me?
No.
Well, for what it's worth, I did love you.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna save myself and you, Tom. I'm saving you from me.
Chloe! No!
All right, last three scenes of the show. So in the third to last scene of Series 3, We have Tom going back to his apartment, and we get this nice little moment where he remembers the final moments from Chloe before she unfortunately took her own life. And it just goes to show that while things are moving for every character, especially Tom, just because things are happening doesn't mean things are completely solved, and trauma takes a long time to heal. As someone who's in therapy, mental health is wild. It's crazy how you can feel good one day and then awful the next. And Tom, while he's on a better direction now, there's still a lot of work that has to be done for him to fully heal. We see that in this scene that he's not obviously healed yet from Chloe's death. There's a lot of recovery that has to happen, but it just also goes to show that he'll never forget her, and he will do what he can to avenge her and Ace.
Colonel Terish. Or I guess I should say, General Terish. It's me, the Nomad. It's been a long time, sir.
We get this awesome scene where he essentially calls Terish.
Tom Raines, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Terish has been a character in Series 3 that only appeared in Tom's flashbacks, and now this is the first time we see Terish coming into the present timeline for the show.
And the chance you change your mind, please, contact me. This personal pager will call my private number. Whenever you want to come back, just dial it. I'll take care of the rest.
At the very beginning of episode 10, Terish gave Tom like a pager so he could give him a call whenever he wanted to come back to the NSC, because Tom left because of the whole Ace death.
Sir, I'm ready to return to the UNSC. Would you be able to help me with that, sir?
And now Tom's in this position where he knows Terish is involved. He has this ability that can help him hopefully find out the truth. Like, now is the time for him to get back into this life.
After all this time, may I ask why?
Sir, when Ace died, I needed to step away. I needed space to collect myself. That time has now passed. I'm ready to get back to work, sir.
Him running away from Ace's death obviously was trauma-induced, but after the whole events of Series 3 went down, Tom knows that like he has to see this to the end. He has to figure out what happened to Ace. He has to avenge Ace, not only for Ace, but also for Chloe.
That makes me very happy, Tom. I can start processing the paperwork and get you in here as early as next month. Does that sound fine?
That sounds perfect, sir.
All right, I'll be in touch. Welcome back, Nomad.
And he essentially gets back into the UNSC, and obviously it's going to take some time. It's going to take like a month for Terish to like file the paperwork and get everything organized, all that stuff. Yeah, Tom is making moves. He is doing what he can to get back into the UNSC so we can figure out exactly what is going on here. Like, what happened to Ace? Why did Ace die? What is really happening here? And calling Terish and getting accepted back in the UNSC right away. I mean, Terish had a soft spot for Tom, and obviously Terish is assuming Tom just wants to come back and like work for him. And there's nothing suspicious going on there, but it's the first steps Tom is taking to figure out what happened to Ace.
He took the bait, as I predicted. He said I could get back in a month from now. That gives us plenty of time to train.
In the second to last scene, Tom walks out of his apartment, and it's revealed that other characters were there listening in or waiting for Tom to let them know. It's Leal, Frank, Daryl, Richard, Aaron, and Mort.
This is my fight, and my fight alone.
It's one thing for, I guess, everyone to stop the rain, you know, but like for everyone to like go into the military and like actual war, you know, it's a lot more dangerous than what Series 3 had throughout the whole series. You know, Series 3 was a very isolated incident, even though it was affecting everybody. You know, being in the military, being in the UNSC, like you're kind of all over the place. You know, it's a lot more serious than just what happened in Series 3. And Tom doesn't want anyone else to get hurt. You know, they've already lost Chloe. They've already lost Emma. Tom's already lost Ace. Like, he doesn't want to lose anyone else. but everyone, they want to be there for him. They want to help him out.
Nonsense. I'm not saying I know your complete story, but it sounds like you need all the help you can get.
He's right, Tom.
You could use some guys on the inside to gather information.
We've lost enough people already.
But we want to help you.
So while it may be dangerous, they want to let Tom know that he's not in it alone, and they'll do what they can to help him out.
You're the only one who hasn't given a reason.
To be honest, I don't really give a fuck.
Frank.
The only person that doesn't really seem to be on board is Frank, because Frank, to be honest, doesn't really care. At the same time, though, Frank's Imperium Ignis didn't leave him.
But at the same time, when Frigus left Leal, I thought Ignis would leave me, but it's still here. You said that Imperiums choose who they want to be with. Yours moved on from you and into Tom, yet mine remains.
It means your story isn't finished yet.
Daryl remove his Imperium without the Imperium wanting to go. We saw Leal's Imperium Frigus leave naturally on its own because it's going to Tom for their next journey. And then we see Frank's Imperium not leaving because apparently there's still something to be told.
What I'm trying to say is, if I join you, I should be able to figure out more about Ignis.
And Leal's an expert on Imperiums, and he tells Frank, like, okay, yeah, like, your Imperium didn't leave you because it's not done with you. There's still something left to be told.
Your friend doesn't matter to me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not in this for you. I have my own goals, but if I can help you along the way to finding mine, count me in.
And we don't know what that is yet. And Frank wants to help Tom because he wants to figure out why Ignis is still here and what really is next for him.
Make it rain. What? Focus. Concentrate. Feel it.
The last moment of this scene before the after credits scene, I love this moment. So in series 1, there was this plot line I had where Tom was wondering why it's raining. And he thought it was raining because he was like sad and depressed at the time. And he was like, it only rains when I'm around. So like, am I just affecting the weather? I never really took that plot line seriously. I kind of dropped it after I mentioned it the first time. And then in series 2, it's never brought up again. And then in series 3, it's never brought up again until the very end of the show.
It's really come full circle, Tom.
What do you mean?
Your emotions. It really has affected the weather.
And it's cool to see Daryl acknowledge, like, hey, we've come full circle. And Tom's like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, your emotions, like, they're affecting the weather now.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
What's with all the rain recently? I just seem to notice that it only rains when I'm around.
Well, could it be about how you feel?
Huh?
Maybe it's raining because about how you feel.
Because Leal asks Tom to make it rain for the first time. And Leal is an expert in Imperiums, let alone his Imperium. And he's able to kind of, like, he's gonna be able to help teach Tom how to use it effectively. And for the very first time, he just tells Tom, like, just like feel it, like concentrate, and I know you can do it, you know, make it rain. And Tom is able to make it rain. Like, he's able to actually make it rain because he has this ability now that lets rain rain. It's so trippy to see Tom just using it for the first time.
Wow. Oh my god.
I knew you could do it!
Yeah, everything has come full circle. Tom's emotions, him trying to make it rain, him feeling it, like his emotions are actually affecting the weather now.
It really has.
I just find that such a poetic little bow tie, a little bow tie wrapping around the whole series. In the beginning, Tom was wondering, do my emotions affect the weather? And am I the reason for why it's raining? And then it was kind of dropped. And then now at the very end of the show, we find out, yeah, Tom's emotions do affect the weather. Tom's emotions do make it rain. So it's a very nice little bow tie on the series of Rain. The last scene, the very last scene, it's the only after credits scene in the entire series. And when I uploaded the video, I said, make sure you watch after the credits, because usually there's nothing after the credits. In this last scene, we see 1 month has passed, and Tom is now essentially on his way to the UNSC. He makes it snow, and then he's able to make it rain. So he's had a solid month, which is not that long, but he's had a solid month of essentially hardcore Leal Tom Imperium training. Yeah, he's ready to take on the next fight, the next chapter, and he says the title of the episode, Ace, I will be your inheritor.
Time to take a stand. Time to arise, Ace. Time to become your inheritor.
Tom has inherited Ace's will. Tom is going to be the instrument to figure out what happened with Ace and avenge him, avenge Chloe, avenge Leal's parents. This is the beginning of the next major plot line. And Tom essentially is the inheritor of the show. Thank you so much for watching Reign Series 3 video documentary for episode 14, Inheritor. That's basically it for all the ViDocs for Series 3. I will have a video coming out after this video explaining the ending a little bit more and like what's to come for what's next. That's basically it. This journey has been a long ride. I think it's been 5.5 years since I started this video documentary series, and it's been a long journey, but I appreciate everybody who has stuck around for the show, and thank you so much for watching. Series 3 has been such a blessing to make. I'm so happy it's done, and I can't wait to show you what's next. So thank you so much for watching. My name is James of JKP Rising. Stay tuned for more videos here on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.